This video will walk you through the TraumaCad Neo planning procedure for total knee replacement. Once you log into Quentry, you will see a list of patients. Start by selecting the patient that you wish to plan for. You can then inspect all images that are available for this patient. In this case, the 2 available images have automatically been selected. Next, launch the TraumaCad Neo software by selecting the button in the toolbar. The 2 previously selected images are automatically loaded into the software and shown one after another. The first step in planning the surgical procedure is to define the image parameters for each using the image setup card on the left. As you can see, TraumaCad Neo automatically recognized that the first image is an anterior-posterior image and that there is a calibration marker on the image. So at this point, you can simply confirm that these parameters are correct. Next, the software jumps to the second image that was previously selected in Quentry, in this case, the lateral image, and it detects and evaluates the same parameters. Before moving on to the following step, make sure to zoom in and pan on the images as needed. In the surgical definition step, TraumaCad Neo automatically suggests certain treatment parameters. In this case, the software has automatically detected the anatomical region as the pelvis region and is suggesting a total knee replacement. Now, all you need to do is review these parameters, define whether it's a pre- or post-op image, and choose the correct treated side by selecting either right or left. Select Confirm to move on to the next surgical planning step, which will involve measurements and templating. On the lateral image, you can perform a tibial slope measurement by selecting it from the list of measurements. Once selected, the tibial slope measurement is automatically placed in the correct position, and all you need to do is review it and confirm. Next, you can start adding templates. Select the Templates tab to see a list of previously used implants. If you want to look for a different implant, type in the search bar and see the search results directly below. Choose your desired template from the list by selecting it to have it automatically placed on the image. The resection line measurement tool is also placed on the image automatically once we add an implant. At this point, you can perform minor corrections and adjustments to both the implant or the measurement tool. You can start by moving some of the points on the measurement tool in purple that need minor correction. Then, you can adjust the implant position, which appears in blue. To be even more precise, you can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out when working on a PC. On the lateral image, you may notice that size 7 for the femoral implant is a little too small, so let's try a size 8 by moving the slider in the card. Size 8 is a better fit. The next implant you should add is a tibial implant. Select the Templates tab again and search for it. Once you find the correct implant, select it, and it is automatically placed on the image in the right location, just like the previous one. Feel free to make the necessary adjustments before moving on. To visualize what the post-operative alignment would look like, select Alignment Simulation on the bottom card. You can always undo the simulation afterwards. In addition to the main workflow tools, you have a set of simple tools that you can access by selecting the Tools button at the top left of your images. These tools can be useful if you find yourself wanting to add extra measurements and annotations to your planned images. For example, you can add a length measurement by selecting it from the list, then clicking and dragging it on the image over the section you wish to measure. To place an annotation somewhere on your images, just select the tool, click somewhere on the images, and enter your comment. The text annotations are movable. So once you're happy with your plan, you can move on to creating a surgical report. TraumaCad Neo presents you with an interface that has all the information compressed into one view. First, go to the Data to Display drop-down menu and only select the data you wish to have displayed in the report. On the left side of the screen, The report contains an overview of all the planning information you defined in the cards. On the right side, you have the images with all of the added implants, measurements, and annotations. You can scroll through the pages by selecting the arrows on the sides. To complete TraumaCad Neo surgery planning, select the surgery date from the calendar, then add a comment to the report if you want somebody else to review this plan. You can adjust the position of this annotation box by moving it to a different location, changing the font size, or using a different color for the text and background. Finally, you have the option to select View PDF. As you can see, you can choose to save the report locally or print the PDF. You can also save your plan back to Quentry by selecting Save. This marks the end of the TraumaCad Neo planning procedure for total knee replacement. Hopefully you found this video beneficial.